Hello viewers, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be showing you all how I do my schedule for my model airport. And so we'll get started. So first thing I do is I make a spreadsheet like this, where I have columns for the airline, destination, aircraft, the flight number, and all the days of the week. And I have one for arrivals and then departures. And then I'll usually put the name of the airport I'm doing up here. So for this example, it will be Ballina Airport. And so I usually use three main websites to help me. First one is the airport's Wikipedia page, and it shows all the airlines that operate from the airport. This is slightly outdated because FlightRadar doesn't fly to Ballina anymore, but the other two websites I use are FlightRadar, specifically this page, which you can find by going to FlightRadar's desktop website and then typing in or finding the airport you want to do, and then clicking on Complete Schedule and Route Map, which will take you to this page. I'll show you everywhere that there are flights to. So these two, and Ballina itself are just general aviation flights, but what we're looking for is stuff like this. So Melbourne and Sydney, as you can see. And the other website is departedflights.com, and I use this for historic schedules, for example, Ansett. So we'll start off with Ansett. So go historic schedules, and then go to international flights only down here. And I looked earlier, and there's none from Melbourne to Ballina, but I'll just make sure again. This is in alphabetical order, and there is no Ballina. So we will go to Sydney instead, and we go to detailed Sydney flight schedules, and scroll down here we find Ballina, in a little bit here, and we can see there's quite a few. Just that one page. So then what we'll do is we'll go back to here and type in the airline, Sydney is the destination, and now these flights are operated by British Aerospace 146s, which I don't have any of, so what I'm going to do is put them in as an A320, and then we'll go from there. So we have, and what we're going to do is, because this is the arrivals in Sydney, which is the departures from Ballina, we'll copy that over to here, type in the aircraft type, so A320, and flight number 2, so AM533, and then AM535, and we'll copy that, and then I'll go back here and look at the departure times. So 5:33, 11:45 AM on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'll go here and go, and L is for local, and then 5:35 is the fun one because it's split over multiple times. So we'll start Saturday, Sunday. 10 past 1 and 1:30 on Saturday and Sunday. So we go here, Friday, and just make sure that's correct. Yep, and then the other two is 3:55 PM on Fridays, and then Monday and Wednesday is 10 past 4. So you can see kind of the general idea, and now because there's only arrivals, departures, sorry, I'm just going to do a bit of an estimate of what they would have been. So from what I've gathered from other airports, I've done this sort of thing for Ansett A320's had around about half an hour on the ground. So what we're going to do is just do half an hour before all of these. So instead of, that's going to be 1540, 1240, and 1500, and the so that's Ansett done. And then what we're going to do is go to and close out of that one now. I'm not going to do any of these star ones because I don't have any Kendall stars, even though I could probably do them on the Regional Express star. Just for the purposes of this, I'll be doing aircraft that I do have that fits the schedule. I'll close out of that. And then we have here, so we'll start with Jetstar, and then we go, so we see here Melbourne, station 464 and 465. What I'm going to do is, because on here it shows the arrival times and departure and arrival times at the place it's coming from, we're going to type in those, search those exact flight numbers on FlightRadar on my phone, and then that will show the actual flight time. So we'll go back to the spreadsheet, type in Jetstar, Melbourne, and that is also an A320. And what we can do here is copy the same thing over and just do that. So what is also handy is using a calculator on the computer. So within here, going off the next week, so starting on the 19th of May 2025, we have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday services. So they all arrive at 3:25 p.m. Type that in. And then I go to 465, and we know the days they operate. So we'll just find the depart time, which is 16:05, or 4:05. And then Jetstar also operates to Sydney from Ballina, and those are 3 services. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the FlightRadar SYD to BNK, and it will show all the services that operate all the flights that operate that service. So Jetstar again, and type in Sydney, and A320 again. Then we have JQ456, JQ458, and JQ460. Then we go to 456, which starting tomorrow is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and that is at 8:20 in the morning, Thursday, Saturday. And then these will most probably be 9 o'clock departures, but we'll wait until we get to doing the departures. And then 4:58 is Wednesday, Friday, Sunday at 12:05 p.m. and then 460. Then the next one is daily, so we just find the flight, 16:05, that's 4:05 PM, and that goes all the way through. And then what we can do here is basically just get this whole thing, copy it over, and then change the flight numbers. So we type in the FlightRadar Ballina to Sydney, and flight numbers are JQ 457, JQ 459, and JQ 461. And then the first one, we have a look at the time. That's 8:55, so I only spent 35 minutes on the ground. Look at that. Just make sure that's all of those, and that's correct. I'm going to go to 4:59. Those flight numbers are flight times on the ground for another 35 minutes, so that's 12:40. And then 461, which is daily service, and that's 10:40. So that starts being 35 minutes on the ground at Ballina for all of their flights. And then the next airline you come across is QantasLink. Now, I don't have any QantasLink -8 400, which is what QantasLink operates the flight on, operates the Ballina, but I do have some QantasLink A220s, so that's what I'm going to put in. This is just to demonstrate this, and I'm using, for the aircraft type, I'm using the ICAO code for each one, which for the A320 is just A320. The A220-300 is BCS3 because it's the Bombardier C Series 300. Now, for this first Qantas, which is QF 2063, it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, daily, and leaves at different times throughout the day. So, that's 65 and 63 there. Monday is 11:35, so it's Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday is 9:50, so it's Friday, and Saturday is 2 PM, and Sunday is 1:30, and then 2065 is once weekly, and that is Sunday. So we find that, and that is 16:45, and then let's go back over here. Here's 062 and 064. Go back to there, and then 2062 arrive Monday, that's 9:40. No, not 9:40, 11:10. So that's all those 3 days. And then it's 7:55. No, that's the arrival. That's after. That's 9:25. And then 13:35. And then 1300. And then we have just 2 more flights left to go, which is Virgin Australia. which, like most of Virgin's network, they send 737-800 on this route, but sometimes, as you can see, they do send the 700, which I do have a Virgin Australia 737-700, but not the 800, and it's only actually just one service. So 737, PA1139, and then let's do that, and this is daily by the looks of it, so Monday at 12:05, and it looks like every day is 12:05, which makes it very easy. And just bring it over there, and look at the departure, which is VA 1140. And then we go have a look at that, and it's 12:45. And it's just that every day. It is. And then what I do is I just close off this box, make it look all nice and neat. What I'll do is I'll just cut that for a moment. I expand those columns, expand those, and then what I do is, for these boxes, I just put them borders. Again, this part's really just the presentation of it all. I'll start with answer. And then the Qantas conversion, and then finishing with Jetstar. And that's how I make my my model airport schedule. And something else that I usually do is I make what's called a day plan. So I'll use Interact as an example. So this is what you don't see when I'm doing my Interact update. So I usually have this zoomed pretty much all the way in, so I can see what flights are where. And so you can see this is what I look at when I do these updates. Just adds a level of realism to it all. So yeah, I hope that's helped you all. And I usually put it in the same font as well, which is CWI. There we go. And it all looks nice and neat now. Not sure if I'll actually do a Darwin airport update. If I'll actually do anything with this schedule. I have been wanting to do a like a regional Australian regional airport series of updates. So it's just like featuring different airports around the country. Do let me know if you want to see that. But that'll be it for this video. I hope this has helped you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.